Having discussed heat engines, time to now look at a refrigerator, and Carnot's ideal refrigerator is a thing which is going to discuss here. First of all, let us try to understand what we mean by the term refrigerator. We did talk about it when we discussed a heat engine, but maybe I'll quickly summarize what we discussed or some of what we discussed. A refrigerator is a device in which heat is taken out from an hot area, or let me say this: a device in which a device in which heat is removed from a colder or cooler area and rejected to a hotter area. So this is what a refrigerator does. Let us take the example of the refrigerator that we have in our household. What it does is that the food stuff that we keep in the refrigerator is at a lower temperature. So heat is removed from a colder area, and then that heat is thrown to the atmosphere, which is at a higher temperature as compared to the food stuff. So it does something which is against the law of nature. Naturally, what would happen, or spontaneously, what would happen is heat flows from a hotter area to colder area. But in a refrigerator, heat is thrown from a colder area to a hotter area. And quite obviously, to do that, we need to do work. And therefore, we use electrical energy. The electrical energy runs the compressor, and the compressor then helps us remove heat from the foodstuff and throw it into the atmosphere. So that is the concept of a refrigerator. And if you look at it closely, it is actually the heat engine running backwards. So let me once again draw the diagram of the heat engine. And then we will compare both of them and see how they are opposite to each other. Or so this is the heat engine, let us say. So in this case, we have a source at a higher temperature, sink at a lower temperature. Q1 heat is taken from high temperature, work is done, and some part of the heat is thrown to the sink at a lower temperature. And therefore we get the equation Q1, because that is the total amount of energy being given. That energy is being used to do work, and some part of it is lost to the sink. Q1 is equal to W plus T. Now, the refrigerator is, as I said earlier, the heat engine running backwards. So if I draw the same diagram, and when we do this comparison, you will get a clear idea of what a refrigerator is. Again, we have this one at table temperature and the sink at the lower temperature. Now in this case, heat is being removed from the lower temperature. So from this area, which is at a lower temperature, Q2 heat, I will keep the same symbols. Q2 heat is being removed and it is being thrown, and Q1 heat is being thrown to at a higher temperature. And to do this, since this is not a natural process, work W is given. So electrical energy is given, and this removes heat from the foodstuff and it gives it to the atmosphere. So this is how this is exactly upwards. In this case, work is output, whereas here work energy is input, because you need to give it energy to remove heat from a colder area and reject it to a source at a high temperature. And therefore, the equation that we get over here is that Q2 plus W is Q1. So the equation changes to Q2 plus W is equal to Q1. And therefore, W is equal to Q1 minus Q2. In this case, we had efficiency is equal to 1 minus Q2 upon Q1. Let us see what is the efficiency we get for a refrigerator. Now, in case of a refrigerator, instead of efficiency, we used the term coefficient of performance, COP. Therefore, we'll try to find out COP. Now, let us see what is the purpose of a refrigerator. The purpose of refrigerator is basically to remove heat from lower temperature. So this is what it is intending to do, or this is what it is objective, and therefore we will consider Q2 as the output. So the output will be Q2, and for doing that, what is the energy given, or what is the input? Input is W. So I get here COP is equal to Q2 upon W, and therefore I can write down Q2 upon W. Now what is W? W is Q1 minus Q2. Q1 minus Q2. And if I consider an ideal gas, I know that T1 upon T2 is equal to Q1 upon Q2. for an ideal gas. Therefore, I can substitute Q2 for T2, Q1 for T1 minus T2, and this would be the coefficient of performance, T1 upon T2 upon T1 minus T2. And if I want to write it in a similar format in terms of 1 minus T2 upon T1, I can write it as 1 upon, if I take T2 in the denominator, then T1 upon T2 minus 1. So this is the coefficient of performance of a refrigerator. And for a refrigerator, it should have as high a COP as possible, because that would mean Q2 would be larger and W would be lesser. That means you're doing less work and be able to extract more heat. Generally, the COP of a refrigerator should be of the order of 5 and 6 in ideal conditions. Of course, we never get that, but that's the value which we should look out for while we are designing a refrigerator. So I hope with this you are able to very clearly understand the difference between a Carnot ideal engine and Carnot's ideal refrigerator, and you have been able to see the difference between the two as to how they are the opposite of each other in the way they run. Thank you.